Hey everybody, this is Jennifer. I'm coming to you with another sales update video. I apologize if there's feedback on the microphone. If you can hear that, I did this video, I'm actually redoing it because the feedback was so loud. So if there still is some, I'm really sorry. I had trouble getting rid of that. I guess I need a microphone. Anyway, let me get started. The first item I have is a fleece vest from Miller's. It's vintage. This was mine. It's probably from at least the early 90s, I would say. It was made in the USA, and there's a tag you want to be looking for. Now, around the neck, you can see there's horse bits, so you definitely want to put that in the title. What I forgot to put in the title was equestrian, and that is definitely a keyword you want to use with any kind of riding clothes. I had this out for $21.99, but sales were really slow, and someone offered me $11.99, and I accepted the offer, but it was really light, and it shipped first class mail, so it wasn't too bad. Okay, the next item I have is a Vamp CD. You could tell this is 80s CD. I did look this up in the Goodwill because I wasn't sure, and it seemed to be getting between $20 and $30. There was a lot that had the Rich Don't Rock title, but this one was slightly different, like the back was slightly different, so I put it out in an auction because I wasn't sure if because it was different, if it would get more money. So I put it out for $19.99 with free shipping, and it got one bid for $19.99, which I was fine with on $1, so that was great. Okay, this is a Tommy Hilfiger zip-up sweatshirt. It's not vintage, and the only reason I got it because it had Hilfiger spelled out on it. But when I got it home, I saw that I did not notice these two pretty noticeable pulls on the front. Because it has the weight behind it, it really was kind of noticeable. So I didn't really want to sell it as a buy it now, so I put it out as an auction just to get my money back. I put it out for $9.99 plus shipping, and somebody gave one bid for $9.99, and he paid $17.19 with shipping. Okay, this is a Ralph Lauren polo jeans for women. Men's jeans always sell better than women's. This was only $1 at the Salvation Army. I had it for a while. It did have a really light stain on the back pocket. Eventually I just took a best offer of $9.99 with free shipping just to get my money back. I just made a couple of dollars on that. This is a Jimmy Buffett Margaritaville Hawaiian shirt, and it is a 2XL, and it was not silk. It was a cotton rayon blend. And whenever you have a plaid or a design like this, it's good to get pretty close so people can actually see the details. You know, or if you have like a blazer that has like fancy buttons, you know, like Ralph Lauren will often have equestrian buttons with horse heads on it and stuff like that. You want to get really close and do a close-up of the buttons and these details that people can't see in pictures like this. Because if they had it in their hands and they were buying it, they would see all these details, and these are details they just can't get from a photo like this. And you also want to take a picture of the tag. This was $4.50, and it sold fairly quickly for $24.99 with free shipping. This is a washable men's suit. It's a wool blend. Really interesting. I didn't even know that existed. It's from Stafford, and it was new at tags, as you saw from the first shot. And it was new at tags. It was $200. And they only put this out for $10 originally. It was half off, so I only paid $5. So I picked it up without looking it up because I figured, really, how could I go wrong with the full suit for that? And it sold very quickly for $49.99 with free shipping. So if you see this, you may want to consider picking it up. If it is used, look it up, because what something sells for new does not really mean it's going to sell, you know, used. But I was surprised with this, actually. Alright, this is a Born Mary Jane shoes. You know I like Born. Born is great. I will pay $5 and under for just a regular, like if they're Mary Janes or they're mules or slip-ons, something like that. I'll pay if it's $5 and under. If it's a bigger size or something unique about it, you know, even if it's like 6 or 7 sometimes. If I know I'm going to get more like 20, 25. But normally paying $5, it will always almost always bring in $20 plus shipping. So these were 3, and they got $19.99, and the buyer paid $29.74 with shipping. This is a Brioni vest. It was a 2XL, and it was the first Brioni anything I ever found. I am not in an area where that's common. I am Pendleton area, Levi area, Woolwich area. I find a lot of that, but not a lot of higher end stuff. This was $6, and I paid the $6. I didn't wait for it to go half off, and it sold fairly quickly. I say within 2-3 weeks for $25.49 with free shipping. And here's where, like, you want to get into the details. Since the name was on the zipper, I did a close-up of the zipper, and I did the tag as well. And this is a pair of Fifi lounge pants. And the only reason I picked them up was that tag that was just shown, because it said $84 at its retail price. So it just made me interested. It was only $1 at the Salvation Army, which means I had it a very long time. And unfortunately, I sold it and it was returned. But eventually it did sell again for $10.49, and the buyer paid $17.14 with shipping. And this is a Woolrich sweater. Normally Woolrich sweaters, even women's, do a little bit better, have a little bit more interest than this thing did, and sell a little quicker. I had this well over a year. It went all through last winter. At the end of a month, it never had like a ton of views, which was just surprising since it's lamb's wool. But I only paid 50 cents for it, so eventually I just took a best offer of $15 with free shipping. So I probably made about $6 or $7 on that. And this is a woman's Coldwater Creek. It's just a polyester blouse, and it was extra small, so that's not a great thing either. And it was only 50 cents, and I had it for a little while, so I took a best offer of $8. And it shipped first class mail, so even with that $8, I was making about $4. And here's Born Again. This is a pair of Born mules. This was $5, and it sold for $20.25, staying right on target around that $20 mark. And they paid $30 with shipping. And this is a Ralph Lauren top. It was 50 cents at the Goodwill sale, and it had the embroidered left chest, so I definitely want to get a close-up of that and show the tags. And it was cotton, and the buyer paid $7 and with shipping they paid a total of $13.65. And this is a Greg Norman golf jacket, windbreaker. I like Greg Norman. Usually I like it if it has the logo on it. I saw this jacket and it was full price. The jackets, there's a women's section with jackets like this, and they often think men's or women's, and they'll put it in this section where they're all like $7.50. And I find the best stuff there. I find the best men's stuff there, which is so funny. I'm always looking for men's jackets in this women's section. So this was there. So it was only $7.50, and it sold, I would say, in the summer I will take lower offers. I probably would have held more for $30 to $35 if it was going into season. But this sold for $25.49. And the buyer paid with shipping $32.69. And also too, when I was doing the research on this, there is a Greg Norman jacket where the shark is like, basically it's large. This embroidery is a large, and it's like coming around the side, and that jacket actually gets even more money with the large shark on it. So if you see that, I would definitely pick that one up. Okay, this is just a Yankees t-shirt. I picked up when I was just first learning about clothes. It was at the Salvation Army. I was picking up a lot of stuff, and it was only $1. And eventually, after a long time, I took a best offer of $9.99, including shipping. But obviously, it's real cheap to ship, so I made about $4 on that 50 cents. And this is a Gap leather jacket. It was a button front. It was only 50 cents, that's why I picked it up. I wasn't sure. I wasn't going to look it up. I wasn't sure. I figured I can't lose money on it. But it did not get a lot of attention. Just because something's a leather jacket doesn't mean it's going to get attention. It got no attention. So after about 3 or 4 months, seeing it was only getting like 15 views after 30 days, I just dropped the price. Someone offered me $6.99. I'm like, fine, because I don't want it taking up space. Not if it's going to be such a poor performer. And they paid $19.74 with shipping, and I made, I don't know, about $5 on that. Okay, this is Brooks Brothers 346 blazer, and this was a woman's blazer, and it was wool, and it was $3.50, half off the Salvation Army. It sold for $23, and they paid a grand total of $30.20 delivered. And this is a pair of Keen hiking shoes. Keen is wonderful. It's absolutely great. When I get an item like this, best offer is good. I think it gets things to get a lot of attention. But when I know something's going to get a lot of attention, I just don't want to deal with the great amount of best offers I'm going to get, you know, for this item. So I will just put it out and say, I want $60, because I know that's a fair price. I know it's a good price. And this way I just don't have to deal with, will you take 30? Will you take 25? So it's usually the right move. It's only on an item I do like this that I'll do that on. And I would say this sold in about 2 weeks for $60 or $59.99, and I only paid $6. And the buyer, with shipping, paid $70.04. Okay, that's all I have for eBay, and I only have 2 Etsy sales to show you because I'm actually running out of time. I had a lot of problem with the computer, so I'm cutting the Etsy short, but that's okay. It'll be on the next video. But I want to show you the felt hat, because if you watch my other videos, you're going to see these felt hats keep popping up, these wool vintage felt hats. So if you're on Etsy, walk through your felt hats, walk through your hats in general. I pick up actually any vintage hat in good condition for Etsy. My Goodwill is only $2.50 for the hats. And if your Goodwill or Salvation, or if they put them out for that, you know, price or around that price, you may want to consider just picking them up. Some of them sit there for a month, some of them sit there for 6 months, but when they sell, it's usually great. This was $2.50. It sold for $29.99, and the buyer paid $38.34, including shipping. And the last item I have is just a little antique belt. I didn't know what this was when I saw it. I thought it was antique just by the way it looked. I mean, and it's so tiny, it's only like 2 inches. And if you look inside, let's see, if you look inside, I mean, you could see, I mean, this is old. And I put it next to a quarter for size, so that's often a good thing to do if you can put it next to something. Even though you're saying the size of it, this just kind of brings it home. This is like you're telling people the size. This was 25 cents at a church sale, and it sold for $8.99, and the buyer paid $13.38. Now, when I saw this, I didn't go, oh, yes, this is a flower claw bell, you know, I'm going to pick this up. I have no idea what it is. You know what I mean? So if you're thinking of selling on Etsy and you're like, yeah, but I don't make things, so I don't want to sell things I make, and I just don't know enough about vintage and antique things. I know nothing about vintage and antique things. Everything I pick up is a learning experience. Every single one. I rarely ever pick up anything that I know the history of. It's all Google, you know. So, and now Google has, you know, you can take a picture of something, I think, and you know, it will bring up similar images, so you can find that item even faster, which is what I should have done with this, but I didn't. I actually found this exact same little claw bell, and that's what gave me the words to put into the title. There's a couple of things I want to say about Etsy before I go, because these are things that kind of made me hesitate, because I would watch YouTube videos from other sellers, and I would read people's descriptions, and what I found like a little concerning was the descriptions, first of all, were like stories, like they were sitting down and writing little novels about the history of the item and where it would look good and this color scheme, and I'm like, wow, I don't think I can do that, you know, or do I want to do that? So that was always in the back of my mind. And I was watching sellers about shipping Etsy items, and they would like take these brand new boxes with like tissue paper and take the tissue papered item and put it into a felt bag. And then I was ready for them to start gift wrapping the item before they shipped it. And I was like, wow, is this what you have to do? So in case you're seeing these same videos or watching the same things I did prior to starting Etsy or paying attention to these things, don't worry about it. It does not matter. I use recycled boxes, which are obviously recycled. They're not trashed. I mean, they don't look horrible, but it's obviously a recycled box because in my opinion, if I'm getting a box in the mail and it's good condition, why am I throwing that away? I'm just going to recycle that box. It's a good box. I'm going to use it. So to me, what's important is the box is sturdy, the item is really well protected, and then with the packing slip, I handwrite, but I do this on eBay too. I handwrite, thank you, enjoy, because I want them to enjoy their item. So that's all I do. There's nothing special. And believe me, no one has ever gotten their item and say, oh, gee, I love the item, but the packaging, it was just so ugly. You know, no one has ever said that. Everyone had positive things to say. So if you're worried about like all the over-the-top stuff that goes along with Etsy sellers, and by the way, I'm not knocking anybody who does that. If you can do that, that's great. I'm sure the customer appreciates it, but you don't have to. That's all I'm saying. So if that's something that's like in the back of your mind, you definitely don't have to do that, any of that to sell on Etsy. To me, Etsy is treated just like eBay, and my descriptions are very, where is my description here? I don't know. My descriptions are very, I mean, look at this. It's a sentence. Antique 2-inch bell has a good amount of wear. Is in working condition. Please see pictures. That was my description. There was no story behind it. I don't have a story to give them. So that's all I wanted to say, just in case this was on your mind. All right. I hope you enjoyed the video and your sales are going great, and I will see you next time.